This is Francis, John, and Aaron S. De La Cruz. So we are Group 6 from Math World, and today I'll be sharing my experience with Fibonacci sequence, or Fibonacci exactly. So firstly, when I heard about Fibonacci sequence and I saw the equations and the spiral thingy, the line, the Fibonacci line, and especially where there's a diagram that shows. I'm also with Sean, but he's not relevant in this topic, so shush. He's further on, but still. So Fibonacci sequence, Fibonacci sequence is let's say at first it looks difficult and it looks hard to do, but the surprising thing is that Fibonacci sequence and other factors like let's say golden ratio, but that's not within my topic or that's not within my range, so let's focus on Fibonacci. So Fibonacci sequence is everything in nature, and you might have thought that what else or what kind of plants does the nature see, or what can you see in nature that has Fibonacci lines? For examples like sunflowers and pine cones, pineapples, and other things that has spiral thingies like snails. Although we don't have any snails here at we're also at front of Kapampangan Center and or studies, Kapampangan studies. So what I've learned in, let's say, Fibonacci sequence is that each number is useful because it helps the other number to grow further on, and also it's very connected with golden ratio, and we see Sean over there exploring stuff. So let's try to look, for example, let's see here about this tree. This tree, although this is cemented, but this tree that has Fibonacci lines, I don't know if you can see it, but there's spirals going on in there, and surprisingly Fibonacci isn't that hard if you like enjoy it, or if you like embrace or practice it actually, because solving math and probably Fibonacci sequence and other stuff is fun actually, because it gives you an in-depth knowledge and helps you throughout everything. Is it my time? Yeah, it is my time. So we'll see each other again next time. Whoosh.
Hello everyone, welcome to my blog. Today I'm going to share my experience learning about the golden ratio. At first I thought it was just another math lesson, but I was surprised to discover that it's actually connected to art, architecture, nature, and even in the human body. When I first heard about the golden ratio, I found it a little confusing because of all the numbers and formula. But as our lesson continued, I realized that the golden ratio is a special numbers, approximately 1.618, that appears in many beautiful and balanced design. I was amazed to learn that this ratio can be found in the flowers' petals, seashells, hurricanes, and even in the famous works of art and architecture. And it made me realize that math isn't only about solving problems, it's also about understanding the patterns that exist all around us. And one of the most interesting activities was trying to see if the golden ratio could be found in everyday objects and even in our own body proportion. It was fun comparing measurement and discovering how the mathematical concept connects us in the real life. Although some calculations were challenging at first, I enjoy learning something new. It's also improved my appreciation for mathematics because I saw how it can explain beauty, balance, and harmony in the world. My experience with the golden ratio taught me that math is more than numbers and equation. It helps us understand the amazing patterns in the nature and creativity behind art and design. And this lesson changed the way I look at the ordinary things, because now I notice that mathematical beauty around me. And that's my experience learning about the golden ratio, and I hope you learned something new from this vlog.
Hello everyone. Today I'd like to share my thoughts about the Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci sequence is a pattern of numbers where each number is the sum of two numbers before it. It starts with a 0 and 1, then continue as 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and 21, and so on. And first, it may seem like just another math lesson, but it's actually much more interesting than that. What amazed me about the Fibonacci sequence is that it appears in nature. We can see it in the arrangement of flower petals, the spiral of sunflower, pine cones, seashells, and even hurricane. It shows us that mathematics is not just something we study in school. It is also part of the world around us. For me, the Fibonacci sequence teaches an important lesson. Every number depends on the ones that came before it. In the same way, our growth in life, it's built on our past experience, the lesson we learned, and the people who have helped us along the way. Every small step we take today became the foundation for something greater in the future. I also think the Fibonacci sequence reminds us that simple things can create amazing results, starting with just two numbers, and it grows into an endless pattern with many real-life applications in science, technology, engineering, art, architecture, and even finance. It proves that small beginnings can leads to incredible outcomes. In my conclusion, the Fibonacci sequence is more than just a series of numbers. It is a beautiful example of mathematics connects with nature and everyday life, and it inspires me to appreciate the patterns around us and remind me that learning math helps us before understanding the world. And that's it. Thank you for listening.
Hey guys, it's JM here, and I'm about to share my thoughts to you about the golden ratio. And I'm sure that you have educated yourself enough to know what the golden ratio is all about. So I'm just gonna try to connect with you guys and share my thoughts about it. And for me, the golden ratio is really simple as a concept, but it is very interesting. I mean, who would have thought that something as specific as 1.618 could explain the natural, satisfying patterns of the world, like the honeycomb, the flowers, and even the shells of snails. And even in architecture and paintings, did you know that they use the golden ratio? For example, the Parthenon in Greece. If you're not familiar with that, I'm sure you're all familiar with the Mona Lisa. Yes, the painter Leonardo da Vinci used the golden ratio in painting the Mona Lisa. And that is the reason why it's so famous. It's very beautiful and mesmerizing to look at. I also really like how the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio correlates to each other. Like I said, the concept is really simple but so complex at the same time as we further learn about this topic. For me, I rarely paint or draw, but the next time I do paint, I'll make sure that I'll use the golden ratio. And I'll let you guys know how it turns out. But I'm pretty sure that it'll be 100 times better than my previous works. And that just goes to show how important and powerful the golden ratio is. But kiddings aside, mathematics really is everywhere. It's like the air, or maybe it's in the air. It is something that our naked eye cannot visibly comprehend. It's hard to wrap around our finger, and it just goes to show that mathematics and the golden ratio is so interesting, and we understand how important it is and the contributions, the impact of it, not only in nature but also in human society and in our knowledge. And that is all for me. I hope that you have learned a lot from me, even though it's just my personal thoughts about it. I hope I educated you guys, and that is all from me. I'll see you guys next time. See ya.
Oh, hello everyone. My name is Shaggy, and I am here to discuss the concept of patterns in nature, such as what we have right now is this tree, or this small tree. Yeah. And the concept of patterns on nature on this self is branching. It's called branching. And now we have this type of plant, which is coexistently is a concept of fractals. They have different shape, but I mean they have the same shape at a different scale. And right now we have this one. This one is a concept of tessellation. A tessellation is a pattern that has the same shape and same scale at the same time. That's why they are a bunch of different scales or different type of shape inside of the nature. Even rocks has their own pattern. Such as these small rocks that we have here are concept of patterns, as they are called cracks. And even here we have a tessellation or symmetrical, because they have the same shape even though they're different, such as a butterfly having the same as the same wings, because if they're not symmetrical they cannot fly. Though one specific flying animal, or coincidentally, which is a bee, has defied this law. They are not symmetrical at all. According to physics, they should not be able to fly, but they defied that. So you will see sometimes in nature a defier of concepts of patterns. So we are ending it here because it's about to end, and we have Errol as our guide.
As we've come to the end of this video, we've learned that mathematics is much more than solving equations or memorizing formulas. Through the Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio, and the patterns you see in nature, we discovered that math is all around us. In flowers, cells, architecture, art, and even in our daily lives. This concept reminds us that every pattern has a purpose, and every number tells a story. They also teach us to appreciate the beauty, balance, and order that exists in this world. More importantly, they show us that learning mathematics help us understand not only numbers but also the amazing connections between nature, science, and creativity. We hope this video gave you a new perspective on how fascinating mathematics can be. Thank you so much for watching and joining us on this learning journey. If you learned something new, don't forget to share this video with your classmates and friends. Thank you, and God bless everyone.